Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I figure why not this one? It's something Danes in the neighbourhood. We're gonna do Ghostbusters. That's right, Ghostbusters. Shot in 1984, why not? Starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and all the other tasks. And at the time, they wanted to do a new comedy, they wanted to do a brief, started about a comedy, mixed with horror, mixed with justice, and so on. So they decided to do Ghostbusters. And when you think about it, 1984 was a bit there for films. You know, you had Gremlins, you had Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and then you had Ghostbusters, you had Splash, you had them all. And so, you know what I mean, you had the big success of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one. You had a lot of good films in that there. So they decided to do a comedy sort of on a ghosty spoof. And they didn't think it was going to be a big success, but they decided to do marketing. I remember back in the day after the talks, right? And you sign it on the wall and you can see a ghost, whether it be Slimer, whether it be one of the other ghosts from the film. So the rest was interesting. You know, you had Zulu, remember the name, Zeus, and you know, it says, "Are you a god?" I do remember, right, the star of that film originally was going to be Jace Jones. That's right, Jace Jones herself. But at the time, I think, right, she was doing Joe the Destroyer. And we all know Jace Jones, one day after that, did the James Bond movie, A View to a Kill, as the villain, Mayday. So she never got the role as Bane's Zeus, which was the same here. I would have been interested to see what it would have been like, but I do actually like the one that plays Zeus. So you've got a lot of good tasks in it. You know, you've got Richie Boom and you know what I mean, a lot of other stars, you know, the one that gets fucking alien and so on. And so it starts off, like I say, you've got this woman, she's walking in a library, she reads this thing, moving the door, so you don't actually see it till later on in the film, it streams. And then you've got the song, which an iconic song everyone remembers. If the something stains in the neighbourhood, who are you gonna tell? Ghostbusters. And the song was pretty big, you know what I mean? I never knew it was a number one or not, but I know it was a very popular song back in that era, in 1984. And it was a dosing hit, it made lots of money. You know, a lot of comedy stars do this comedy sort of horror spoof, you know what I mean? A lot of well-known people that did the special effects would later do some of the effects, let's say, for Enemy Mind. And I do know they were going to have a back cheat, so it would come out, and I think it was going to attack the Ghostbusters. But at the time, they felt it was too scary, they felt it was too frightening. So one day later, they set the same to side, and they later used it in the film Fight Night. Remember the film Fight Night? They used the bat cheats for Fight Night. Remember the scene where the vampire turns into the vampire bat and it fires out and tries to attack Tiny Brewster and Peter Finson? Well, that was the cheats that they were originally going to use in Ghostbusters. But again, without repeating myself, they felt it was too frightening. So I thought it worked out in its offence of using it for that film. So, like I say, you've got the woman in the motel, but again, and she opens a fridge. You've got these these ghosty dogs, and Ghostbusters want to get started. They only just got kicked out of university, and they want to do a study in dealing with ghosts, and basically the rest is history. So they take people in the library. I love this old woman, Joel. 70 minutes she's phoning along, she does that. Shh. And then the stream is chasing that monster thing. Very iconic, very rememberable. I always remember the scene with Slimer, which was later used in the animated cartoon, that would later be called the real Ghostbusters. If it's on the road, I might talk about some of the animated Ghostbusters. Why not? Why not? So they got Zulu, that's the name of it, Zulu, not you, Zulu. And basically then they've got to attack the town, they get pissing, they come out of pissing, and then they take on the ghosts. And I do remember the Marshmallow Man. They make this race. You've got the big Marshmallow Man. They use the lasers to sap it and they blow it up. And I just love the way they outsmart Use. I think it was how he used the Zulu. And they outsmart it. There's no not to go playing the streams, but they do, and they manage to outsmart it and destroy it. I always remember the classic line where she says, "Are you a dad? No, then die." I love that scene. I always love the scene with Slime where Bill Murray's character says, "It." I say Bill Murray, when he played the character, he says that line, "It slimed me." I always loved that. Like I said, there's a lot of good practical effects in it, a lot of special effects in it, and that's what I loved about Ghostbusters. You had a lot of date special effects. You got to see where the characters get turned into them dogs, and halfway through the film they get to feel and they become human again. There's a lot. I remember rightly. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of deleted scenes. And I felt it was the same. Some of them weren't re-added back in. There's a lot of really good deleted scenes in Ghostbusters. Like I say, there's a lot of marketing. You had the slime, you had the theme song, Something's Changed. I'm not afraid of no dose. You had that. You had that a lot of things going for Ghostbusters. And like I say, it was a big success. And during the late 80s, it launched a sequel. Mid 80s, like I say, you had the animated cartoon series. That being the real Ghostbusters. So definitely it had a lot going for it. Especially shit on my face. But yeah, it had a lot going for it. And like I say, it was refreshing to see the mixed it with comedy. It had horror moments in it when it was needed. It had a lot in it. You had, like I say, I loved some of the effects in it. You had the ghosties. You had the one what blew the whistle. Shh. The only issue there though is why did they not go back and get it afterwards? Because when they become the Ghostbusters, they sort of sapped it. You do get one dying. He plays a bit of a dick in it. You might remember him. He was in the original Die Hard. Remember rightly, he was in Die Hard 2. He also played in No Mercy, and he plays a bit of a deuce in this. He doesn't believe the Ghostbusters, and so he even gets them arrested. And he opens this lid to feed the fucking spirit. So basically, he tosses the shit. And I do love one of the characters who comes in, he wants a job as the Ghostbusters, and you've got the receptionist. How can I forget the receptionist? Do you believe in paranoia? Do you believe in ghosts? If it pays a good wage and it pays a good amount of DOS, I'm willing to believe anything. I love that line, I just really love it. If it brings out, yeah, if it pays a good mortgage and it pays a good wage, I'm willing to believe anything. I love that line. And I just love the receptionist, and she picks up the phone. Real Ghostbusters, what do you want? So there's some good funny bits in it, which I do chuckle. And I mean, that's one thing I love about Ghostbusters. Unlike the remake with the females, where it dies to be fucking funny, this wasn't funny. It had a happy ending where they save New York, the walk off at the end, and so on. So yeah, Ghostbusters. What else can I say? It's a classic. A 10-star rating for me. But into them, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later.